Now, China retail sales exceeded 1 million for the very first time in China. This is something that is pretty exciting because the penetration rate for the month of August went over 53%, which is exceptionally well because it shows that China, for the second month in a row, it is selling more new energy vehicle cars than gas cars, which is something that is pretty exciting. This number exceeding 1 million for the very first time, it is something that is exceptionally well. This is something that is good. I mean, the whole sales exceeded 1 million, but this is for the second time because the first time we saw it, this happening sometime last year, and to see it happening again, it is the second time. But for the retail sales, NEV retail sales, these are the cars that are sold by these EV makers directly to the customers. It is the first time we see this number exceeding 1 million, which is something that, like I said, it's pretty exciting. It is amazing to see things like this happening in China, which shows you that there is a bright future for new energy vehicle companies like Nio, which is something that is just pretty exciting. You will know that these figures are published and confirmed by the China Passenger Car Association, and it is just so amazing to see the penetration for EVs continue surpassing that of gas cars, which is just so amazing, and we are liking this. It is a catalyst, bullish news onto EV makers like Nio. I mean, these 1,015,000 cars, which retail sales or new energy vehicle retail sales got for the month of August, represent a 42 increase year over year, whilst representing a 16% from the kind of retail sales we saw in July. So it is amazing. It is incredibly great because we have not reached the peak yet. I think as the year unfolds, as we head towards the end of the year, you and me will agree that we are going to see this number continuing growing. I mean, that 947,000, which China saw that figure in December of 2023, which shows you that we usually see things becoming better as the year gets closer to ending, which is something that we are still going to see even this year, which gives me confidence that EV makers like Nio, we can expect them to continue doing well. It is the same thing that I was saying yesterday when we were talking about Nio, to say that if Nio is able to produce 20,000 deliveries now in August, then when we head towards the end of the year, we are to expect more than this, because what usually happens is that towards the end of the year, people are rushing, going to get their hands onto new cars because they want to spend their holidays, festive seasons with brand new cars, which is what brings in the demand in the new energy vehicles market, or in car companies like Nio, which is just so amazing, and it makes us to look forward to what's coming. So 1,015,000 is the total retail sales that we saw coming into, of course, new energy vehicles for the month of August. And what is fueling this, as I've been telling you, is because of the subsidies that China has been getting from those that want to change their cars and buy their change their old cars and buy new energy vehicle cars like Nio. It is for that reason China is offering up to 20,000 RMB in terms of subsidies, giving a support to those that are changing their old cars to buy new energy vehicle cars. So as long as that subsidy is there, we are going to see these numbers continuing rising. We are going to see companies like Nio continuing to do very well, which is something that shows us and tells us one thing, and that is blue sky is coming. Those that are still thinking that Nio has done their utmost best, they need to think again, because the more the penetration of new energy vehicle companies in China is, the more we're going to see companies like Nio continuing to do very well. There is someone that made a scenario in the streets of social media indicating that as we head towards December, we might see Nio starting to sell 25,000 from just the Nio brand, which is very much possible because we are seeing the new energy vehicle market penetrating China like never before. This has never been seen, and to see it happening in China, where they're doing exceptionally well, it is their home ground, it is something that is pretty exciting, and I have no doubt in my mind that we are going to continue seeing these new energy vehicle companies like Nio doing well even in the years to come. So I'm happy, I'm excited, and I think these are bullish news, massive news, which shows us or proves to us that we need to brace ourselves for what's coming, because if we are getting these kind of figures before we get to the festive season, imagine the kind of figures that we are going to get to see from our favorite EV stocks like Nio. And for Nio, it is very special because this month of September, towards the end of the month, they are going to start selling their sub-brand Onvo, with Onvo plus Nio heading to the festive season. I think you and me can agree one thing, and that is blue sky is coming. Short sellers better brace themselves, because the kind of sales, the kind of numbers that we are going to see Nio producing is just going to be so amazing, and it's going to hit some of the investors of Nio with a surprise, because there are those that, like I said, they still can't believe or they still don't believe that Nio can pull 20,000 until the end of the year. They are still not believing what they are seeing coming from Nio. And I mean, to us, we know what usually happens towards the end of the year, and knowing the catalyst that the end of the year or the festive seasons brings into the car industry, I think, yeah, we just need to brace ourselves. Earnings wise, I think even the earnings, so the more Nio sells is the more they will do well in terms of earnings, which that again just means that we need to brace ourselves for what's coming. Blue sky is coming, and those that persevere through the headwinds of the share price. Nio is still trading at the bottom of the barrel in terms of the share price, and I still believe, or I believe, with time things will get better as Nio continues doing well in terms of sales and their earnings, financials improving. We are going to see the share price starting to also react on to those good news that we continue seeing coming from Nio. Otherwise, that's all from me. I just thought I'd just give you this quick updates. Do your own due diligence before you buy this stock for the very first time, because it is quite volatile. But I must tell you, blue sky is coming. Those that are thinking China is not going to go far with new energy vehicles, they need to think again, because the penetration, it is continuing to increase. And guess what? When that continues, or when these sales continue surging, ladies and gents, it is going to continue making China dwarf all the other countries globally when it comes to the new energy vehicle sales, and that is bullish onto companies like Nio. That is a very good strong signal that we need to load the boat onto the companies like Nio, because blue sky is coming. And these are just my opinions. Do your own duty, like I always say, because what you do with your money, it's definitely up to you. I'm just giving you my opinions onto this kind of news. But yeah, blue sky is coming, and God bless you all.